everyone, I am Cherry May Eje Gaitera, a BEd student of Shato Nursing Campus. In this video, I will report about Unit 6, Rocks and Rock Cycle in the said subject, Teaching Science in Elementary Grades for Physics and Earth and Space Science. Now, let's talk about first of what is rock. Rock is a solid made up of a bunch of different minerals. Rocks are generally not uniform or made up of exact structures that can be described by scientific formulas. Scientists generally classify rocks by how they were made or formed. There are three major types of rocks: igneous rocks, metamorphic rocks, and sedimentary rocks. What is igneous rocks? Igneous rocks are formed by volcanoes. When a volcano erupts, it spews out hot molten rock called magma or lava. Eventually, the magma will cool down and harden. Either when it reaches the Earth's surface or somewhere within the crust, this hardened magma or lava is called igneous rock. So example of igneous rocks include basalt and granite. Igneous rocks are divided into two groups. So what are those? Intrusive and extrusive rocks. So it depends upon where the molten rock solidifies. So let's define first intrusive igneous rocks. Intrusive or plutonic igneous rock forms when magma is trapped deep inside the Earth. Some of the magma may feed volcanoes on the Earth's surface, but most remains trapped below over many thousands or millions of years until it solidifies. So, slow cooling means that individual mineral grains have a very long time to grow, so they grow to a relatively large size. Next is extrusive igneous rocks. Extrusive or volcanic igneous rock is produced when magma exits and cools above the Earth's surface. These are the rocks that form at erupting volcanoes and oozing fissures. The magma, called lava, when molten rock erupts on the surface, cools and solidifies almost instantly when it is exposed to the relatively cool temperature of the atmosphere. Next, major type of rocks is metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rocks are formed by great heat and pressure. They are generally found inside the Earth's crust where there is enough heat and pressure to form the rocks. Also, metamorphic rocks are often made from other types of rocks. For example, a shale, a sedimentary rock, can be changed or metamorphosed into a metamorphic rock such as slate or gneiss. So other examples of metamorphic rocks include marble, anthracite, soapstone, and schist. The process of metamorphism. The process of metamorphism does not melt the rocks, but instead transform them into denser, more compact rocks. New minerals are created either by a rearrangement of mineral components or by reactions with fluids that enter the rocks. Pressure or temperature can even change previously metamorphosed rocks into new types. So metamorphic rocks are often squished, smeared out, and folded. There are two types of metamorphic rocks: foliated metamorphic rocks and non-foliated metamorphic rocks. So when we say foliated, it means the parallel arrangement of certain mineral grains that gives the rock a stripped appearance. Examples of foliated metamorphic rocks are granite gneiss and biotite schist. Foliation forms when pressure squeezes the flat or elongate minerals within a rock so they become aligned. Non-foliated metamorphic rocks do not have a platy or sheet-like structure, so unlike foliated metamorphic rocks. There are several ways that non-foliated rocks can be produced. Some rocks, such as limestone, are made of minerals that are not flat or elongate, no matter how much pressure you apply, the grains will not align. So another type of metamorphism is contact metamorphism. It occurs when hot igneous rock intrudes into some pre-existing rock. The pre-existing rock is essentially baked by the heat, changing the mineral structure of the rock without addition of pressure. Last major type of rocks is sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks are formed by years and years of sediment compacting together and becoming hard. Generally, something like a stream or river will carry lots of small pieces of rocks and minerals to a larger body of water. These pieces will settle at the bottom and over a really long time, perhaps millions of years. They will form into solid rock. Some examples of sedimentary rocks are shale, limestone, and sandstone. There are also three basic types of sedimentary rocks. First is clastic sedimentary rocks. It forms from the accumulation and lithification of mechanical weathering debris. So example of classic sedimentary rocks: breccia, conglomerate, sandstone, siltstone, and shale. Second, chemical sedimentary rocks form when dissolved materials precipitate from solution. Examples include chert from dolomites, flint, iron ore, limestone, and rock salt. Lastly is organic sedimentary rocks. Forms from the accumulation of plant or animal debris. So examples: chalk, coal, diatomite, some dolomites, and some limestone. So those are the three basic types of sedimentary rocks. Now the processes of sedimentary rocks. So let's find out how the sedimentary rocks are formed. So first is weathering. Second, erosion. Third, deposition. Fourth, compaction. And fifth, cementation. Let's move on to the rock cycle. So what is a rock cycle? A rock cycle is a series of processes that create and transform the types of rocks in Earth's crust. So as you can see, I have here a diagram of a rock cycle. So please look at the diagram. So the igneous rock can change into sedimentary rock or into metamorphic rock, while sedimentary rock can change into metamorphic rock or into igneous rock. Metamorphic rock can change into igneous or sedimentary rock. So igneous rock forms when magma cools and make crystals. So please look at the diagram of the rock cycle. So when the molten magma cools down, it becomes igneous rock. Due to the process of weathering and erosion, the igneous rocks will form into sediments. Due to the process of compaction and cementation, the sediments will become sedimentary rocks. But if the weathering and erosion processes occur, the sedimentary rocks will go back into sediment. Due to the process of pressure and heat, the sedimentary rocks will form into metamorphic rock. But if there is weathering and erosion, the metamorphic rock will become sediments. If the metamorphic rocks melted into magma, when it cools down, it becomes igneous rock. And if the igneous rocks melted, it will form into lava. Because of the great heat and pressure, the igneous rocks will turn into metamorphic rocks. So that's all about my report about rocks and rock cycle. So I hope you have learned something about my discussion.